Whoops. Science. Yeah, I put it somewhere. Dun, 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 dun. I think it would be obvious. Ah, sheesh, that means I have to go. Done. Sure. Seems about right. Oh, oh, jeez. Sign in and then go. Excellent. What the? Audio. So, Pokemon. Ooh. Nice. Well, I got the shiny target already there. At least I did one thing before stream started. I didn't think about it until I actually did go live button. But since we did finish evolutions on Monday, we now have all the Paradox Pokemon. We're gonna start with Ancient just because Scarlet is my main game. And then eventually I'll have to eventually I will have to figure out what to do for the future Pokemon. So I don't want to Jigglypuff, I'm gonna end you. So I'm going to, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with Great Tusk, because that seems like a pretty, I want to say basic starting point for him. Wait, what is it? Best up, place a picnic. Place the picnic, so I can make my sandwich. Oh, although there's Garganackle here, so we could potentially get a Garganackle if we do lightning or ground sandwich. What do you mean? Why can't I host a sandwich here? Can I not just get it? Fuck. Can I just not host a sandwich underground? I'm almost gonna assume that we just can't make a sandwich underground. And what happens if I try it? Alright, so nobody wants to picnic inside the underground. That's fine. So, what we're gonna do... I don't want to get all these other shinies to we're going to make a fighting sandwich. I was going to do ground, but we might want to do a fighting one instead. So, fighting sandwich. It's a basic. I mean, you probably double salt. That ain't gonna fly, sir. Oh, all these giraffes. Okay. So it's 1 cucumber, 4 pickle. Then any 2 that's not in combination of. What? You can't put a picnic in area 0. Am I gonna have to picnic out What? Aw, my... Okay, we're gonna... I guess we have to picnic outside and then go in? What? Hang on, I gotta watch this. Alright. It's crazy because all the videos that I see, they don't show them. They show the sandwich, but they don't show where they're making it. So I guess we're stuck making the sandwich out here. Man, that's so what? That's okay. We can make the picnic and then immediately go down to level 4. So let's make our fighting sandwich. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then anything but sweet, sour, sweet, sweet. Sweet, sour, sweet, sweet. So we can do sour spicy. So this is going to be our fighting sandwich. With an incredible amount of pickles, by the way. I'm sure it's like a grab all function. Just grab all the pickles in one hand and just throw it on the sandwich. Okay, so this is going to give us our sparkling power and our encounter power fighting. Right. Fighting, fighting, fighting. Nice. Okay. So we're going for Grey Tusk. And then if we want to double up on, if we can double up on this sandwich, we can also find Slitherwing. I'm gonna have to figure out where that spawns. Or at least which station would be better to hunt for it. I almost like to believe that maybe Slitherwing can like show up in any other place. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Luckily for these ones, we only need one. Okay, so now we got our fighting sandwich going. Got a bunch of great tusks. Well, that's a lot of... So in this... Alright. A minute of traveling and needing to get down here. And we got our first shiny. Oh, it's got a mark. What mark does it have? See, I did upgrade the camera as well. I'm gonna put you to sleep first. I may want to see if we can grab... Nah, I should immediately just go for Slitherwing. Oh. Oh. Like, almost questioning, should I... Well, let's see. We can probably... What ball should we use? I mean, for all the other ones, for the evolutions we did, luxury ball. So why don't we try doing the same thing? Although I am quite indifferent about which Pokeball to use, so I mean... Realistically, I could just be using Quick Ball. If it doesn't catch in the first luxury ball, it's going into Repeat Ball. Okay, Okay, it chooses the repeat ball. Yeah, I'm kind of whatever about matching Pokemon with its thing. Whatever gets it in. If at a later date I choose to care, then we can come back and hunt it again. That took less than a minute. That quite literally took less than a minute. Okay. It's just crazy the amount of ones that are, like, in here. You know, why don't we just look around for a bit? Just look around, give a brief look around, see if we can maybe find another one. Really should go get Slitherwing, though. We'll just check this wide area. See if another one shows up. Alright, I'm just gonna go get... Let's go do something. Let's go to Slitherwing. Slither... Wait. Spawn. I'm gonna guess... Research Station 2? Right, Area 0. Uh-huh. Alright, it said 1, 2, or 3. We're gonna go with 2. As I know, Sandy Shock spawns, like, up here. So let's see if we can find a good spot where they spawn. Honestly, Hawlucha wouldn't be a bad shiny either. But we're looking for Paradox. We're like, oh, it's not. Okay, there's Slitherwing. There's Slitherwing. I don't know which image. Image of Slitherwing. This one. Nice. Minimize it a bit. Okay. We're good. Oh, Slitherwings. Sad. This works out for us. Research Station 2. Yeah, see, there's just a ton of them spawning everywhere, so... We can probably, like, just, like, run back and forth between these two stations. Oh, there's also Meditite and Medicham. So many other ones we can also hunt for. So, if we do find a Meditite and Medicham, that'd also be pretty cool. But our main focus is going to be Slitherwing. I really did not expect to be done with Great Tusk that fast, considering that it took us less than a minute, because we had to traverse all the way from the top and then go into the cave. Well, we had to go into Research Center 4. And then we walked outside immediately to the right. It feels like when we shiny hunted for Turtwig and we made our first sandwich and like 8 seconds later we found one. We are going to be looking for the yellow-winged Slitherwing. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm going to do... Let's see. I have to figure out how to do Violet if I want to just co-op it, because on my Violet copy, I have like 0 Urban Mystica. So hunting in that game is going to be rough if I did only that game. So realistically, I think I'm just gonna locally connect to it. And then it should be fine to hunt. There's just probably going to be a whole bunch of other Pokemon that spawn in. Because there's also all the other future Pokemon. But then again, we can also just like cross typings with it. Really maximize on what we're hunting for. Ollie Slitherwing. Just gotta hope none of them like spawn close to the edge. That also sucks. Like I hate the Pokemon that spawn in the wall. That's like the thing I'm worried about the most is a shiny going into the wall and I just can't see it. Actually, the worst thing is missing one that's right in front of me. The most unfortunate one would be if it like spawns on like the outer rim and I don't see it in time. Which can realistically happen. But we're just going to hope and pray it doesn't happen. What's going on, King Enderflame? How are you doing? Dude, legitimately, we found our first hunt was shiny Great Tusk, and we found one within like I want to say it was like 30 seconds. There's probably a lot less than 30 seconds of entering the area. But it was just so fast. That's why I made a fighting sandwich so that we can hunt for Slitherwing immediately after. But I was hoping that we would find it relatively fast. I definitely thought it was going to take a lot longer though. But it was like legitimately walk into the 4th research area of Area 0, make a right. Well, we made a left, and then we made a right, and it's just right in front. So far, it is going pretty well. But how has your day been going so far? I'm really hoping I don't... Because we actually still need like all these different shinies in this area. So even a Palmy and a Palmite wouldn't be too bad. The only downside about hills is that I have to keep swinging the full 360. He took a lot of naps, nice. Are you still on holiday vacation type stuff? So I think I heard for some people that their holiday vacation like and either ended last week or part of this week. It's crazy though, like I went to sleep super late last night, but I am actually quite wide awake. Normally I'd expect myself to be like super tired, especially being like after work. After work, straight to shiny hunting. But I'm actually like decently awake. I've just kind of got a slight runny nose and then like my upper lip is like starting to get chapped. And I forgot to bring my chapstick to work today, so I have to work on that, right? Oh, Slitherwing. I'm hoping that great test wasn't like a one and done luck of the hunt. I also worked out my legs like yesterday and they're still very sore. Let's despawn those guys. Let's see if we can spawn more Slitherwings. No, we just spawned a lot more Haluchas. Which, honestly, wouldn't mind. If one of you Haluchas just so happen to want to be shiny, you know, I wouldn't say no. You'd probably be caught in a quick ball, though. Just putting that out there. Although, I will say, I have been quite productive. The only issues that I'm having is that it's taking me a lot longer to actually, like, edit the video for this past weekend, or for this next weekend. No, it's a regular one. Has the you can't even see the back tail on that image, but I think like the back tail like purple or something. Like the main body's orange, or the main wings is orange, but the base, instead of the green, it's going to be a purple. At least I think. Little Palmy. You looking for a red one of those? Paradox? No. I hope we can finish this in another sandwich, because then we can start doing another one. We don't, then we're gonna be using a lot more pickles. Just gonna be a massive pickle sandwich. Why did I see? Probably the area. I don't know. I saw something like sparkle, but I think it's just the area. Although I should know, because they don't have actual sparkle, like outer world sparkles before you encounter the shiny. Overworld, outer world. I'm hoping that this won't be my longest one. I've actually never hunted for Slitherwing before, but we are at least seeing a good amount of them. So it is looking like they're going to be like mainly between these two research areas. Any one of you wanna be a different color? As long as you're not hiding in the wall? Any of you wanna be a unique color? I'm also really interested to see what mark the Great Tusk has. I think that was the addition that I got with the camera from the Blueberry Academy, was now I can see some markings when I lock in on a Pokemon. That's like, this one's got a mark. I'm tempted to see what mark it is, though. Even though it's not a shiny, I see that it has a mark. I want to see what the mark is. Let's hope it's a good mark. First one I scan. Okay, if you don't want to catch, then I could stop caring about what mark you have. Bit to sleep. Da-da. Nice, go to bed. Really? And there's a sleep for one turn. It's fun. I'm like not this curious about your mark. Alright, you're 1 HP. I'm not gonna put you to sleep because you should just catch. Okay. Thank you. Then we can check to see what market has. After. So I know there's like a decent amount of marks in the game. I'm curious to see if I can get any like newer ones. Now I hope I don't miss out on the shiny after we wasted a couple minutes on that. I hope it's a decent mark. If it's something like the uncommon mark, then I'd be like, that was not worth the time loss. I don't know what it is, but like the uncommon mark is like fairly common. I feel like I get it on like majority of my mons. Even a lot of the like common marks I don't get. Slitherwing, you have 10 minutes to shine for me. Please. Please, please, please. Orange, orange, orange. More orange. Come on. I know we already found a shiny Great Tusk, but it'd be so nice if we found a second shiny with this sandwich. It would make my Urban Mystica feel very happy. Make my Urban Mystica usage very happy. You just please join me and be shiny. I'd like to believe the Great Tusk we probably got. I want to guess that it has like the uncommon mark. Just because that seems like the most common thing for most mons to have. Then we'll guess the Slitherwing has a Sleepy Boy mark. Well, actually, I don't know if I want to give him the Sleepy Boy mark. He woke up on the first turn. We'll give him the Hungry mark. We'll make him Slitherwing the Peckish. I think that's the title for it, at least. Oh. Oh, more orange. Oh! But that is a shiny Palmot. I think it's Palmot. Palmo. Close enough. Nice. I don't think you can knock yourself out. I don't think you can knock yourself out. Shit to bed. Go to bed. Okay, at least with the one sandwich we did get 2 shinies, so we're maximizing our Urban Mystica usage. I guess I'll start matching Pokemon to Pokeballs now that we have this Breloom to make it a little bit easier. Okay, apparently Palmer has a different idea. Palmer says, I don't want to match. Just throw a repeat ball at me. Okay. And it will go. And it spilled on me. Why are we dancing? Okay. I'm still putting you to bed. So yeah, are there any Slitherwings? There's a sleepy one. Just get in the heal ball. Accept your fate. Excellent. Most excellent. Almost caught. Into the box you go. How much time do we have? 6 minutes? Is there something in the wall? Like, I thought I saw like some yellow thing inside the wall. Could just me being a psychopath. Medicham, Meditite. No. No. Halicha, do you want to be shiny? Maybe no. Honestly, I wouldn't mind Halicha. Halicha, like I said, looks absolutely sick. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Show me. No. I don't know. It always feels kind of slow when I whip around the camera. Takes a while to get the full 360 experience. Got less than 5 minutes. Got 4.5 to find. One shiny Slitherwing, please. Although I will say, I did ask to find a second shiny. Maybe I should have been a little bit more specific. It would make the sandwich feel so good if we can find a single shiny Slitherwing. It would be so good for my Urban Mystica if we could find just a single shiny Slitherwing. Well, let's see. What sandwich do we make if we don't find it? We can do. What's Slitherwing's other type? I need to look it up. We can figure Slitherwing's other typing and then go based off of that. Or we can just use up all of our pickles. Slitherwing seems to like his pickles. Which, I mean, fair enough. Pickles are pretty good. But having it only as the thing in the sandwich, I'm not too sure about that one. Oh, feet are cold. Shiny over there. Regular Slitherwings. I am liking how many of them are spawning, at least. That's the benefit we got. But it would be very, very, very nice if we could just, you know, get Shaw. Either that or Hollow Gem. Anything except now for a Pommo, because we already have the Pommo. If you can get a Pommy, a shiny Pommy would be pretty okay. I don't have one of those either. We seeing any different colored Slitherwings? Less than 2 minutes. Not seeing any different colored Slitherwings in my area. Not really seeing any other colored anythings. Got Metatites floating in the rocks, obviously going through rigorous training. They're gonna be black belts, and then they're gonna focus energy and knock out. Oh, there it is! Oh! Right at the end of the sandwich, we got a minute left. Yeah. Minute left in the sandwich, and we were able to complete both of these. You know, it would look great in. It would look fantastic in a quick ball. Uh-oh. Alright, I guess it believes something else. I think I know what it's thinking. I think it wants the next best thing. It wants to look good in a repeat ball. Alright, maybe not. Uh-oh. Maybe I should just put you to sleep. Just put you to sleep real quick. It's crazy how it's like eyes don't even close while it's asleep. How does one even tell? Hey, tell me you don't look good in this. It looks good. Yes. Shiny Slitherwing. That's 2 Paradox Pokemon down. I don't know exactly how many to go. I think like 4. Nah, it's probably... Well, there might be 4. How much time we got left in the sandwich? Oh, we don't have any time left in the sandwich. Well, okay. Let me see... Let's check our mines. I don't have a box for these. Is there an empty box I have? That's the spare box. I guess I could throw them in here for now. Now. This is a extra, not an extra, but one that we got. This one's just marked. Oh, there's the shiny Great Tusk. There we go. So we got 2 of them down. It's still asleep. But we did... So this was the random Slithering that we caught. But it has a mark. No, this is the shiny. Oh, whoops. This is the random Slithering we caught. Shiny there. This one has a mark. What mark does it have? Uncommon, of course. Then I said Great Tusk might have the uncommon mark, but it has the uncommon mark. Of course. Of course it's got the uncommon mark. The uncommon mark is not so uncommon. I don't think this one was marked. No. So that is 2 Paradox Shinies. Which one should we work on next? Let's see. So we've got... I guess while we're out here we could get Sandy Shocks. Sandy Shocks, Brute Bonnet, Screamtail, Roaring Moon. Do we have any that have similar typing? Do we have any of them that have similar typing? I guess is the question. We can do a Psychic Fairy. Brute Bonnet and Roaring Moon have... Oh! Screamtail and Fluttermane actually have the same typing as well. Sandy Shocks is going to be by itself. But Roaring Moon and... What was the other one I said? I don't remember. And one of the other ones has the same typing. So we could make a fair... I think since we're out... Well, actually, we're going to have to TP back up to make the sandwich anyway. Let's fly up here, because I just learned you can't make it in the area 0. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, but we're going to figure... I'm going to contemplate on the bathroom what we're going to hunt for. So, give me a sec. Be right back. Okay. Oh, God, my legs. What are we gonna hunt for? What are we gonna hunt for? Let's go for Sandy Shocks. No, let's go. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Let's go for Screamtail or Flutterman. So what I'm gonna do is, since we're gonna make a fairy type sandwich, I'm going to include both. Okay. Close enough. All right. So we're going to make a fairy type sandwich. So this way we can go for both Screamtail and Fluttermane. Sweet, sour, sweet, sweet, sour, sour. Everybody wants double salty Herba Mystica. Please, there's not enough salty Herba Mystica to go around. Y'all need to learn how to have different tastes. I've run out of picks. Okay. We're gonna go get some more picks. At least I think this vending machine has picks. I didn't realize I've like made so many sandwiches. Thought for sure I had like stocked up on some picks, but I guess I didn't. Da, 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 da. think there's really, I don't think, nah, I don't need any more of those. Get a bunch of silver picks. Take my LP. Oh. What outbreak store? Caesar, Dojo, Rio, Luminion. Luminion's also a shiny we don't have. Voltorb, Donphan. Yeah, who thought about not letting us picnic inside of the thingamajiggy? Area 0. That's a travesty. Alright, now that we have picks, let's go ahead and save. Picnic, and then this is going to be 3 tomato. Jeez. 3 tomato, 1 cucumber, 1 pickle. And then we can use that, not the normal combination. So, and then we'll go sweet. I'll just use the last bit. Because why not? There's not really any other recipe that that bitter sandwich is gonna go with anyway. Put all the tomatoes on. This looks disgusting. I also just don't like tomato by itself. So this is like my worst nightmare. This is my nightmare sandwich. It's all things wrong with sandwiches. Okay, but this should get us Shining Fairy and Encounter Fairy. And I believe Screamtail and Fluttermane should spawn in the same area. Also, Fluttermane's a nighttime hot spawn, so I think it's nighttime. So we are going to see regular Fluttermane as well. But if it was daytime, Tidal Power and Counter Power, Sparkling Power, excellent. Yes, yes, yes. So we're looking for either the green Fluttermane or the purple Screamtail. Research area 4, because we want to hunt inside the cave. I think that's going to be the easiest place to look for it at. Let's see how long it took to get down to area 4. Okay. So yeah, with the Great Tusk, it took us about like 30 seconds to find our first one. Let's see. I'm not seeing any. A lot of Screamtail though. I thought it was nighttime in the game. It might not be. Because if you use... I've seen people say if you use a ghost type sandwich, then you can like... Even during the day, oh god, that's a little bit it's pink. Even during the day, you can get shiny Fluttermane to spawn. Because the day-night cycle doesn't affect the shiny version of it. Oh my god, there's so many Screamtails. Oh. I guess using a fairy sandwich wasn't a good idea. I don't know, I'm gonna have to check and see if it's like daytime or nighttime. Let's go check and see if it's day or nighttime in the game. If it's nighttime, then that just means the fairy sandwich doesn't work, and this place is just being overrun by Screamtail. But if it is daytime, then that means the only Fluttermane that should be spawning is the possibility of a shiny one. Which luckily throughout this path, you know, we should be seeing more Screamtail anyways. So we can possibly... Okay, so it is daytime in the game. Lots of little flowers. So because it's daytime, I believe the thing with Fluttermane is that even though it's a nighttime spawn, it doesn't affect the shiny one from spawning. So we theoretically could see a shiny Fluttermane during the day. And that's what we're kind of hoping for, is to be hunting both at the same time. Because I want to be time efficient with the Herba Mystica that I have. Considering that I don't think there's any like major raids happening for a while. So until they like announce major raids happening, then I don't have a way of like getting a lot of Herba Mystica. Gosh, gonna be awful if they spawn in the wall. I'm gonna have to like pay attention to see if I can find a purple tail in the wall if it does spawn in there. Either a purple tail or a green wing. Green wing, yellow tips. We also want to also pay attention to its red. If it has red beady eyes, essentially, if it looks like a cute vampire thing, vampire puffball. So imagine like Waterpod from Yu-Gi-Oh, but a vampire. I can't think of anything else. I guess if it had like a long tail spawning from its head. Tail mohawk. Actually, this is kind of like the mullet design for hair. I mean, the big benefit of like hunting in this area is that we just get so many to spawn. But there's so many Screamtails spawning, they're not leaving room for Fluttermane. Shiny Fluttermane is just going to be shy and just not want to show up. I mean, if we do need to isolate for Fluttermane, we can just make a ghost type sandwich. And it should have the same effect. The only difference would be is that if we did use a ghost type sandwich, then there'd be no Pokemon in this area. And the only possibility, like, during the day cycle would be a shiny Fluttermane spawning. But I think it'd be more interesting to see both of them spawn. Thought I saw something in that crystal. I thought I saw something purple in that crystal. It might just be the crystal itself, but... I thought I saw something very suspicious into that crystal. Guess that's also a downside, is that the pink sort of blends in with the crystal. It makes it a little bit harder to see. That's okay. We've seen some difficult shinies. Which difficult ones have we seen? I guess Piplup in the snowstorm was quite difficult. Gosh, they just spawn so... Oh, there's a shiny Fluttermane! So it does work! Yeah! So if you want a shiny hunt for both of them, just... Shiny Fairy Sandwich. That's that. Excellent. Easy catch. Okay, now, at least with this sandwich, we can... Oh gosh, I don't want to add you to my party. No. With this sandwich, we can keep hunting in the same area. If we find more shiny Fluttermane, then that's fantastic. But we are looking for a shiny Screamtail. And that's less than 10 minutes. Honestly, these paired... I don't want... No, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it till we get to Roaring Moon, because Roaring Moon is going to be pain to hunt. No, it's a pink. You also have yellow eyes. So yeah, I remember when the game first came out, and I tried to essentially almost full-on shiny hunt for Roaring Moon. That was like the worst decision. I think it was like we just like unlocked this area. We didn't get the shiny charm. But I do think I used sandwiches at the very least to encounter them. Yeah, it's a Screamtail in the wall. But it took us so long to find our first Roaring Moon. But when it did, I was thankful that the hunt was over. But now we're gonna have to do it again, because I didn't record back in the day. But at least this way... We're gonna optimize it as much as we possibly can. So maybe next we'll hunt for Great Bonnet and Roaring Moon. That's... The lighting next to the crystal made like the tail look purple, but if you look at its eyes, it's got yellow eyes. I think that's probably the more distinct feature of its shiny, is that it's got red eyes as opposed to the yellow eyes. But its body color is pretty distinct from the shiny. Yeah, with Brute Bonnet, we have to hunt also in this area. And then Roaring Moon, there's a small cave. I believe if you go outside of this cave and to the right, there should be a small little cave that's the only place it spawns in. So that's going to be a ton of fun to try and hunt. But luckily, at least this time, we have a shiny charm. So our odds are a little bit better than when we shiny hunted it for the first time. Just imagine being in a room full of these Screamtails. That would be creepy. Just all start slowly floating towards you. Fluttermane wasn't marked, but let's see if we can... We still have a chance to find more, so... There's always just one inside the wall. But it does look pink, so I'm not too worried. I don't think it is shiny. Just give them time to spawn. Pink, pink, pink. Spawn all of them down there. Respawn them on the... So... Ooh. I guess that's a nice part about being here is I don't have to travel very far to like despawn and respawn them. But then again, if I'm too close, then I don't get a good despawn on them. There's still some that like lag behind. Ah, not many of them spawn that time. Oh, screen down. Does one of you want to shine for me? Are you going to be like Slitherwing and spawn at the very last moment? Get me all sad in the beginning and then pull my emotions in at the end? Or mayhaps we can find more than just one. Like why have they started spawning last? Nothing but pink puffle. Pink pom-poms. Now the ones near the crystal just look super purple. Can they spawn? I don't think they can spawn on top. I'm just gonna believe that they can't spawn on top and enforce the stereotype that gamers don't look up. You got yeah. There's that one that spawned on the wall. That's your job. We've seen so many of you. All we got is a shiny Flutterman. Ah! It's kind of cool how in this area you can just like make a sandwich for Flutterman, and because the shiny isn't affected by the day-night cycle, you can only spawn shinies. Definitely makes it easy. Okay. It definitely makes it easier to traverse around so you're not accidentally hitting anything. Go, no. No, you don't. We're not gonna encounter you. You're just trying to distract me from the shiny that you're hiding from me. That's all the ones that try to encounter you do. They try and stall your time so you can't find their shiny brethren. I'm on to you. I'm on to you, little yellow-eyed creatures. Okay, but actually, like, can one of you be shiny, please? Please? I'm asking so nicely. There are 2 minutes left. Wondering if we're gonna find a second shiny Fluttermane, or if we're gonna see our first Scream Tail. That's the, I guess, would be the downside of single or double hunting in one area, is that the possibility of finding the other one a second. But I mean, I won't complain about an extra shiny. I'll still catch it. Even if it stalls a little bit of time. I don't know, the Scream Tail, it might go down to the wire. It might come down to the end of the sandwich. We are encountering a lot, though. That is the benefit. The biggest benefit we have is that there's a lot of you guys. There's a lot of you. I'm scared you guys are gonna spawn in the walls. Oh no, the creepy Jiggly, what's going on, Izodi? We're actually, this is our 4th Paradox Pokemon we're going for. We're currently 3 down. And I guess with this one, we're double hunting for Scream Tail and Fluttermane. But the Jiggly does not want to shine for us. It is really creepy, but in kind of a cute way. But at least the shiny variant looks like a little vampire. And he just floats around. Which ones do we get? We got Great Tusk first. And then using the same sandwich, we got a Slitherwing. So I used a fighting sandwich for both of those. And then, now that we're on the fairy sandwich, I caught a Fluttermane already. In like the first 9 minutes of the sandwich. But yeah, now we're trying to get this Jigglypuff. This Jiggly spoof. But it doesn't want to sparkle for us. Yeah, I've basically tried to use my sandwiches in a way where I can double hunt for these mons. Just trying to get like as close typings as I can to make it easier. Save as much resources as I possibly could. Because right now we're only on our second sandwich, or yeah, we're on our second sandwich, but the first fairy type sandwich. But there's so many Scream Tails that have spawned already. Kind of absurd the amount of Jigglypuffs that have spawned. But then again, I think because it's still daytime in our game, Fluttermane can't spawn unless it's a shiny one. So realistically, I could still find a second shiny Fluttermane. Alright, I wanna actually send you to... Okay, I can see that it's not a shiny. I can see that you're not a shiny in there. But I guess my Breloom just didn't want to hit the wall. It what? Excuse me? Whack! Okay. Maybe having Breloom as my false swiper isn't very good. But having it used with false swipe and spore is like a big 2-in-1. I could always just switch back to my... Nah, I probably will. Oh, not you. Ooh. You Jesse from Team Rocket? I mean, definitely has the hairstyle for Jesse from Team Rocket. We're gonna need a James future Pokemon would be pretty sick. I think that would be like a cool design if they did like, you know, Screamtail looks like Jesse, and then you have a future Pokemon that looks like James. And then there's just Meowth. I see you. I see you in there. Wag your tail against the wall. It looks pink. Let's have a blue-haired future Pokemon. Oof. And I kind of like the design of it. I think its shiny looks really good too as well. You like the hide in the wall? I know. They really just don't want to be out in the open for me. And if the shiny is the one that spawns in the wall, then it's gonna be even a tougher time to try and see it. Like, I can already barely see sometimes. Why are you trying to make it harder for me by putting them inside of the wall? Come on, Screamtail. What's worse is I can't actually do a picnic reset now that I thought about it. I was just thinking in my head, why don't I picnic reset? And that's what I typically do if things aren't going very well, but... I didn't know you can't make a picnic in the Area 0. I learned that as soon as I started stream. I tried to make a picnic area in here and I freaking couldn't. Dude, there's one of them in the wall again. I'm just gonna assume it's pink and we're gonna move on from that. I'm just gonna assume it's pink and we're just gonna run from that. Oh! Da 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 da. No, they really don't want to... Even though we've seen so many Screamtails. We've encountered so many Screamtails. There's... No, you've got yellow eyes. There's like a checklist I have to go through whenever I'm looking at them. It's like the purple tail. Check. Red eyes, check. You are shiny. Because when they're like close to these crystals, to me it almost makes it seem like it's got like purple coloring to it. But I know it's just a crystal giving it like that sort of discoloration on it. I'm thinking we're gonna have to make another freaking sandwich for this thing. How much time we got left? We got 3 minutes. Oh, is this gonna be like Slitherwing? Slitherwing we caught with like 1 minute left in the sandwich. So maybe... Oh, I see you. I saw you in the wall. I see you in the wall now. It's just a regular one. Alright, we got 3 minutes left. Is this going to be like a Slitherwing situation? Get one in the last minute. Ah. Come on, Screamtail. Save my Urban Mystica. Surely you want to save my Urban Mystica. If I make you another sandwich, you better be shiny. Now I'm just gotta keep going. Just gotta keep going. Ooh, lad, less than 2 minutes. This may just be another Slitherwing situation. Going for the last minute shiny. Screamtail likes to make things very dramatic. Because nobody likes listening to the regular Jigglypuff. It's now taking out all of its shiny anger on me. Trying to pick up the pace a little bit. Doing like more or less partial scams, I guess. Ah, don't encounter. Trying to see if I can like see a glimpse of purple. Oh, 30 seconds. Jiggly spoof. Will you please? Are we gonna despawn all of them? Try and get as many encounters as we can with the last bit of the sandwich. No, regular yellow eyes. They've all got yellow eyes. And that's time. Unless you're a shiny. Okay, I know I saw you in there. Come out with your shiny hands up. Yeah, I guess not. Well, we at least got... Oh, my game froze. We at least got a shiny Flutterman. So now we can remove that image. So Jigglypuff she just wanted her own stage. Okay. So we will go back here and see if we can find it out. Why the Pokemon is a motorcycle. You give us something to ride around on, you know? Because in this open world, one simply can't have just a regular bicycle, you know? We've got to have Pokemon transportation. Pokemon transportation between Scarlet, Violet, and then Cyclizar. That is not what I wanted to do. Well... Okay. So back to this disgusting fairy sandwich we have to make again. I just don't like tomatoes, so that's why I don't like the sandwich. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. And then we can do... Oh. I think spicy and sweet should work. Yeah. Spicy and sweet will work. We are running low on herbs. I'm gonna need Pokemon to bring another event weekend, raid event weekend, so that I can grind out getting more herbs again. Weep, weep, weep. Look at this. Just a full tomato sandwich. All to get another, or to get our first shiny Screamtail. So if we do find Screamtail, I guess, oh no, because it's what, Psychic Fairy, Grass Dark, Dark Dragon, Electric Ground, yeah. All the remaining Paradox Pokemon are different types. Except for the ones that are double dark. So I think next, if we find the Screamtail, then next we can make a dark sandwich. And then we can go for Roaring Moon and Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet first, because it's in the cave, and then Screamtail... No, Roaring Moon second. So probably do dark type sandwiches. The only big issue that we have with Roaring Moon is that there is a lot of other dark / dragon mons in that cave. So I am a little bit kind of very worried. All these Jigglypuffs. Are you kidding me? I literally just made the sandwich, and you're gonna do this to me. What the heck? You're going in the quick ball, whether you like it or not. That's what I freaking thought. Man! Well, you know what? We're gonna search for a second one. We're gonna search for a second one. We're gonna search for a second one. Putting you in the box. Get in the box. How? Can you guys not stand on top of me? Yeah, guess not. Okay. I mean, I'm not upset that we found the shiny in less than 2 minutes. But it made me make a whole new sandwich just to find it. It's just like, no, you can't find me the same sandwich that you found Fluttermane on. I'm gonna need you to redo it, make me a new one, and then I will shine for you. Like, if I knew that's all it took, then I would have prepped something else. I could have just done Fairy Encounter Sandwich. Minus the sparkling. Well, at least this way we can use the remaining 28 minutes to find either another Fluttermane, another shiny Fluttermane, or another shiny Screamtail. So far we haven't found a duplicate Paradox Pokemon. But I haven't exactly been deep searching for it as well. So this could be a chance for us to get a dupe. Da, 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 da. Realistically, I could also just end the sandwich and now we can go do other Paradox Pokemon, but I would hate to waste my Herba Mystica. The benefit that we have for doing it on the when we start going on to our Pokemon Violet is that I can save majority of the Herba Mystica being used by catching the Pokemon on my Violet game and then trading it over as I reset my Scarlet game to save the herb, something like that. I don't know. It's definitely going to be a process once we have to do future Pokemon. I think for that one, I'm going to need to connect my Pokemon Violet. Oh, but my Pokemon Violet doesn't have the shiny charm. Ugh. That's an issue. I don't want to do, like, big odds. Well, I guess realistically what I could do is I could find it on my Scarlet game and then ping it over to my Violet game. And have the Violet guy come over and then catch it. That could also be a thing. But that is a future plan. Plan for future Lantern whenever we get to that day. Today is not that day, but whenever we get there, then you're spawning in the wall again. Dum dum ba dum da dum boo. Oh, it's nighttime. Now we got regular Flutter Mane spawning in. Oh, that's just Crystal. I thought like there was a Flutter Mane in the wall. Although the Screamtails are still taking over the spawn rates. The Screamtails are still overwhelming in population, not letting the Flutter Manes breathe. Okay. Definitely did not mean to run into you. But here we are. Accidentally running into you. And there's another one. Accidentally running into you. Get me out of here. So now that Fluttermanes are spawning, we can't guarantee finding a shiny one as soon as it spawns. But it definitely does seem like Fluttermanes don't spawn as much. So I guess that's a thing. Oh, regular Fluttermane, regular Fluttermane. Ooh, regular Screamtail chasing me. Hour and a half, 3. Well, we have less than that because we still got 20. Oh, we got 22 minutes left in the sandwich. We could finish all the Paradox Pokemon. As long as they, like, show up nicely. Come on, give me one extra. Throw me an extra Paradox Pokemon. Nope. Nope. I will say this purple Screamtail did look pretty different than the regular one. So that is a benefit that we can see a pretty decent difference. That's what I can appreciate more, is that the difference between regular and shiny colors. So that way it's not just a small little gradient. Because that would be a big downside, is if we had to deal with just like a small gradient change. Plus, that's going to be a different video. At some point, there's going to be a video where I have to strain my eyes. Maximum looking in the screen. Take my microscope, find the shiny Pokemon. No. I don't know. How long do I give on the sandwich before we start going to hunt for other things? As much as I don't want to waste Urban Mystica, I'm not exactly married to the idea of needing to find an extra. Okay, I'm not used to seeing Fluttermane spawn right here. Oh no, oh no. Honestly, maybe it's the switch off. We found the Fluttermane early in the first sandwich, and now we found the Screamtail first on the second one. Will there be a late showing of a different shiny? I think I'm gonna give this like another 9 minutes of the sandwich. We're gonna get to like 10 minutes of the sandwich left, and then I'm probably just gonna go and start creating the dark sandwich to go for Brute Bonnet and Roaring Moon. But obviously, Brute Bonnet's gonna be in the same area. Do I have enough smoked fillet to do a dark tip sandwich? Probably do. Nothing but pink Screamtails and blue Fluttermanes. Do you have it? No, you have yellow eyes. Just gotta look at it, make sure. Yep. Done. You know, I think we should probably save Roaring Moon for low. In the walls you go. I think next we're going to make a ground type sandwich to look for Sandy Shock. And then we can save doing the double dark for last. Well, the Sandy Shocks, I think, is going to be a little bit hard to see. I'm hoping it won't be that hard to see. I've definitely seen people hunt it and say it looks kind of apparent from its regular form. I'm just hoping that they have the same eyesight that I do. Alright, I know I said I would give it 9 more minutes, but I'm gonna give it one more pass by and then we're gonna move on to Sandy Shocks. No, no, no. We're gonna stay here for the rest of the sandwich. I need to not be impatient about this. Gotta use all these sandwiches. Trying to think in my head, like, what would happen if I finish getting all the Paradox Mons today. But I definitely feel like Roaring Wind's gonna take us a bit. And, not to mention, I think it's more because I still need to edit the starter video. It's a regular Flutter main. It would actually be kind of sad if I don't find a spare shiny now. Yeah, I wouldn't say like the sandwich is wasted. It's definitely not giving us biggest potential vibe. Biggest potential. No. 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 You know, I'm actually gonna go Sandy Shocks now. No spare shiny, so now we're just gonna go. We're just gonna go do some Sandy Shocks. I should remember lightning or ground. Probably do ground type sandwich. Ground ham. Do I have ham? Ham. Ham and anything that's not sweet and sour, okay. One. I only have one ham. Oh, I guess we're going with the lightning sandwich. I also don't have a lot of bell peppers. So this one we can do just sweet. This is anything but sweet and sour. I believe I saved, well, I definitely saved after I caught the Screamtail, so I'm not too worried. Better not. a bad placement. I was just knocked over a lot of stuff. But Sandy Shocks is near that rockish hill area between 2 and 3. So we can definitely go to hunting area 2. Reload the chat thing, because it looks like it froze. There we go. Now I can see it update. Mark electric, encounter electric. All electric. Oops. I want to go 3. I think 3's closer. But we got an electric type sandwich, so we are going to see pommies and pommos. And I think we're going to also see tadbulb. Oh, that shiny does not look any different. Oh, there's also Raichu. Oh. Whoops, not 3. I wanted to go to 2. That's a mistake. Well, okay, we'll go to 1 and then we'll walk from there. We'll go to 1 and we'll walk from there. Easy peasy. Should be okay. Okay, so we just run all the way over there. This is where the Slitherwings are spawning. What is shiny Raichu? Oh, shiny Raichu is just a little bit more orange. Okay, but Sandy Shocks, it's got gold, right? Got a gold look to it. Now, I believe we can just be checking all of them down here, all of them up there. Wow, a lot of Sandy Shocks. Honestly, the chrome on it kind of does stick out quite a bit. So I do think it may be okay to see the shiny. I do think it's not going to be as bad as I thought to see the shiny. I think the only issue is being able to come all the way down and all the way back up. That's going to take up a lot of our time. Whee! But we can get a decent amount of them to spawn. Raichu, I don't need you to shine. Go up, and you... Go up, and then if we don't see it... I don't know, should I probably can just... Instead of needing to go up and down, we probably could just shiny hunt up here. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I think we're just going to run this way to despawn them. Then we check the Raichu. Raichu's not. Not that I would really know how different the Raichu shiny is. It looks like it's just a darker orange. It's one of those slightly different gradient colors. The big benefit is like Pommy and Pomo is like such a big shiny to see. Or such an obvious shiny to see. Okay. Our electric sandwich is going. How fast? Okay, fine. This is probably the only one where we'll be like soloing encountering it. Assuming that we find like Brute Bonnet fast enough to really focus on Roaring Moon as well. That's also going to be the thing with the dark type sandwiches. Even if we don't find Brute Bonnet, if we find Brute Bonnet like towards the end of the sandwich, then we may not even have time to really go into the Roaring Moon Cave. Yeah, it's a very obvious Chrome. So that is one other distinction I'm gonna need to do, is to make sure we have enough time after we find the first Brute Bonnet. Because if we're able to have enough time, then I fully believe we can do both. Maybe. And I definitely think Roaring Moon is going to be the pain. Now that I'm actually looking at these sandy shocks, the shiny should be quite apparent. Never really took a good look at these guys, because I basically just passed them in my playthrough, and that was pretty much it. You guys are looking very chrome today. Very chrome today. Does any of you mayhaps want to, you know, be a little bit of that gold color? A little bit of that gold tint going on? This might be the fastest way to try and do it. We're gonna try our best not to spawn stuff down the cliff, just so we don't have to climb all the way back up. Then that'll sort of defeat the whole purpose of like running reset up here. Is that it? I think that's it. Don't you dare run away from me. Yeah, that's right. You stay over there. Oh my god. So, you know how I said it's going to be very apparent? That wasn't apparent at all. It was only slightly apparent. Also, it's got like a size mark on it, so it might be a different, decent sized one. It looks like a normal sized one to me. That was quite hard to see, if I'm being perfectly honest. But 8 minutes into the sandwich. 8 minutes into the sandwich, it just like, it didn't have that chrome shine on it, you know? Not like all these other ones where they have like that chrome shine to it. Right, I don't know how I'm gonna freaking tell. You all look the same. I've got like a screenshot of what Shiny Raichu should look like as well. Just in case we also find one of those. So we are on pace to finishing all the Paradox Pokemon today. Okay, so I actually do need to be like a little bit more attentive on this one. Because I thought it would be like super apparent that one is not shiny or one's shiny and the others are not. But even like that last one that we caught, it was like by sheer chance of like staring at it that I noticed. And it's crazy because it's like I only noticed because its legs looked a little bit different than the other ones. So it's not even like the shiny chrome color on it that gave it away. It was like its light color looked different than all the other ones. So I almost very well could have walked past a shiny, thinking it was to be a little bit more apparent. No, you're Chrome. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't. It could have very well shown up a lot earlier, and I just didn't notice. Man, this is the downside, I guess. Because this is the only, like, Lightning Paradox Mon, Lightning Ancient Mon, I should say. It's the future Ancient one, the future Pokemon. There's quite a bit of lightning. I think Iron Thorns is lightning. We got freaking Iron Hands is probably lightning. It's all metal. They're all living in the future. Yeah, if I had my Violet game, then I could have also just gone for some future lightning Pokemon as well. But we're just focusing on ancient Pokemon for now. Just because it's my main game. Dun, 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 dun. Lot of Palmies. No, a lot of regular Raichus. I think Raichu should be like a lot more orange if it's shiny. And again, I also thought for Sandy Shocks it was gonna be a lot more gold. I'm almost thinking I need to like pull him back out just so I can really see how he looks, but I think I've got to sneeze. Okay, what do I? Okay, so yeah, it's like his legs like give it away because his legs are like all black instead of like having that chrome on the stuff and things. That's probably like an easier way to see if it's shiny or not, is just to look at his legs. Chat, remember, look at the Pokemon's legs and you can tell it's a shiny. Raichu, I don't know yet. We'll find that out at a later date and time. This is Sandy Shocks' moment. Actually, since we already found one, I wonder what other lightning mons spawn down here. Some more Raichus. Yeah, I thought Tadbulb spawned in Area 0 as well. But I guess I could be mistaken. Alright. Honestly, just reset hunting at the top is probably a lot better. It definitely feels a lot better trying to reset them up here as opposed to down there. I don't know, down there it just felt a little bit more cluttered and cramped with Pokemon. Whereas up here, there's like a lot more open space. Open space to run. Oh, despawn them all. Alright, 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 can we find a second one? Honestly, we did find like all these ones fairly fast. Like, majority of them were all within 10 minutes of hunting for it. So far, Screamtail has taken the longest, just because it's, you know, we double hunted for Fluttermane and Screamtail at the same time. So we used the sandwich to go for both. Whereas for Slitherwing, we had to go in like this area as opposed to like the underground to find it. That's like the only major difference between those two. Wondering if we can find a second one. Will we be graced by the second shiny Shandy Shocks? And having to run back for Roaring Moon is going to be kind of a pain if we don't get it within like the early sandwich. But we at least have like an entire hour from when I normally end stream to catch it. Well, hour minus 15-ish. Oh, goodbye, Raichu. Tell the Sandy Shocks down there to maybe not be shiny. If they want to be shiny, tell them to come up here. Thanks, bud. Much appreciate that. Let them drop the news for me. We can very much see. Because I wouldn't mind finding. We would definitely, if we wanted to find like one of the Palmy lines, we definitely would want to find a Palmy rather than the Palmo, since we found one earlier. I am very focused on those legs. Lengthy magnet legs. That's a small one. Look at that. It's a very small boy. The one that we did catch, I think it had the tall mark on it. That one's got a regular mark on it. That one looks very small. I wouldn't be surprised if that like maybe had the small mark on it. I don't know exactly how small it would need to be in order to have like the smallest mark. Got little short stubby legs. But maybe later I can check to see if the one that we caught how large it is. I think it had like when we scanned over it had like the big mark on it. So it could be a bigger one than normal. Considering if it is big enough, then that would be the first big shiny I've ever actually had. Well, the first big Pokemon I've ever had. I haven't gotten any of the other ones checked. You are all very chrome. You are all looking very chrome today. Mayhaps one of you want to not be chrome. Hmm? Mayhaps. Mayhaps one of you want to be gold? Gold with, like, black legs on? Mayhaps. Doesn't look like it. Ball me, ball me, ball me. Oh, this one looks so small. So cute. Shiny trade? No, I'm good. I am just trying to catch all the ones that I currently have. You need any version exclusives? I mean, I'm pretty much working from ground one. So, but I do have both games. So I can get at least get the other exclusives. But thanks for the offer. I'm trying to do the shiny living deck so that at least I catch all of them. But yeah, I appreciate it though. Yeah, the benefit I have is that I had to like speed through my other game to make sure it's on the same spot as I am, but I just don't have the other. Oh, it's another one. I don't have my other thing set up, so I can't really record it. Oh my gosh, they're swarming me. I'm just gonna run into it. Second shiny Sandy Shocks. Wonderful. I didn't get to see if it was marked or not. We can check at the end. Oh, they spawn on top of the rocks too? That one's on the rock. We can check after to see if that one's shiny. We got two shiny Sandy Shocks. What do you think you're doing? No. Double the shiny Sandy Shocks. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good about once we have to do Roaring Moon and Brood Bonnet. Let's see if we can find a third one. And now that I know what it looks in-game, it looks pretty apparent. I think once you like see what the shiny variant looks like in-game, then it does become a little bit more apparent on what it actually is. But of course that means you'd have to like find the first one. 'Cause like looking at the image, it does help. But I don't always know how accurate the image is. Especially since lighting is like kind of wonky in this game. And a lot of times the lighting can just make it look a little bit different. So it doesn't like appear to be shiny. Like initially I thought I just had to look for one that wasn't like chromish color, but sometimes the lighting messes it up, so I can't always tell. But ever since we found the first one, we're a little bit more knowledgeable than we were before. No. None of those guys want to be shot. I will say, so far today has been pretty productive with the shinies. We've almost finished the ancient Pokemon. We just need both of the dark ones left. Which kind of makes me worried. At least Roaring Moon makes me worried. Root Bonnet, not too worried about it. I think if we post it in the cave, I think it's going to be majority of what spawns in there. The only other Pokemon I can think of spawning in there would probably be like Dano or something. And even then, actually, it'd probably be like a Zweilous at this point. I've seen a couple Zweilous in there. So we could very well see Zweilous while we're in there. Da, 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 da. Oh. This has definitely been easier as time goes on, though. I'm just worried for when we actually have to do like the ice training ones. Like the Maushold, what else? The Slowpoke. Ghastly we already did. And luckily with Ghastly, it wasn't too hard to see. I think if you were just like hunting straight for Gengar, I feel like that would be very hard to see. And I don't know, I'm gonna have to, I think in terms of like seeing, I'm mostly thinking of in terms of only slight discoloration from their shiny versus regular form. Not so much size-wise, because I mean we could lump in like Joltik or Tynamo. But I feel like whenever I see people shiny hunting Joltik, it always seems so apparent because it's like a little... It's more purple. It's got like a more yellow-purple tint to it, rather than just yellow. That one might not be too bad. I don't... What? I just noticed its tail just is magnetized to it. I didn't really consider that its tail wasn't connected to anything. How much time we got left? 3 minutes. Okay. 3 minutes, and then we will prep the dark sandwiches. So that we can do Roaring Moon and Brute Bonnet, and then the ancient Paradox Pokemon will be finished. We're just gonna see if we can find any last minute Sandy Shocks. It seemed like at least one of them, at least two of them wanted to spawn. They don't make it that easy to see, I'll be honest. Oh, it's unfortunate my brain is so forgetful. Stay vigilant and we can find a third. Possibly. Ah. 1 minute left. It's also interesting we didn't find any other Like random shinies. I felt like Palmy would at least be like a little bit of a popular shiny to show up. I don't know how well I would have seen Raichu, even if it did show up as shiny, but... As far as I know, there hasn't been any shiny Raichu. So at least I do... What? I can't even see here. I do think the orange part on the Raichu would be more apparent as a shiny. 17 seconds, last minute spawning. Let him spawn, let him spawn. I don't see anymore. Okay. I don't know what a shiny looks like. Okay, so that's all for here. So now we can go and make our dark sandwich. Final 2 Paradox Pokemon. We got Brute Bonnet first, and then we got Roaring Moon immediately after. So luckily Brute Bonnet is also a very apparent shiny. Not what I meant. Let's see. I think this one is just the size, so it could be marked. This one doesn't have a mark. Okay, but this one is a spare, so it is going into the extras. Last we got Brute Bonnet, so I'm gonna move you. I'll move you over here. Move you down here. There we go. So now that that's all organized, let's go ahead and finish off making our dark type sandwich. Dark type sandwich. Oops, I accidentally closed that. Dark is smoked fillet, anything but sweet and sour. We got cucumber, pickle, 3 smoked. Cucumber, pickle. 1, 2, 3. And then anything but sweet and sour, like most... Sour and spicy. Oh, we are running so low on herbs. One day I will need to hunt for more. Please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall. I was so scared that cucumber was gonna fall. It's like right on the edge. Okay, let's see. So we're looking for Dark Encounter, Dark Sparkling. Nice. Excellent. Let's go ahead and see if we can find ourselves a Brute Bonnet. But for this one, we want to go back into the cave. So we'll go to level 4. So I think that's going to be the best place for them to spawn. I could be wrong. They could spawn outside at like research level 3, which we could check. But I want to see in this cave. I think they spawn in this cave. Roaring Moon? What? You're not supposed to spawn here. What? Did they update the spawns or something? Huh. Huh. Well, there's a ton of Xylas, so we might... Huh. My mind's kind of like messed up right now, because Roaring Moon's not supposed to spawn. Okay, there's a lot more Xylas that are spawning than Brute Bonnet. I kinda... there's like Roaring... Who said Roaring Moon could spawn in here? Who allowed that? Yeah, I want to see if I can go to... If I go further down, will I get more Brute Bonnets? Or will Xylas keep it up? Xylas, what? Lot more Xylas, lot more Xylas. Okay, back up we go, back up we go. Although, technically, we are looking for two more Xylas, because I believe when we hunted for Umbreon, we did find a shiny Dano. You know, I think it's like only a small percentage of Roaring Moon that'll spawn in here. It's just 90% Dano. Like 90%, well, 90% Swilus, 5%, 9% Brute Bonnet, and then just 1%, if that, of Roaring Moon. What's going on, Daisy Romanus? I don't know if I want to repeat that. I'm just a boomer when it comes to that. But how are you doing? I didn't know Roaring Moon can spawn in. I feel like I'm just seeing the same Roaring Moon spawn in here, though. We'll say, it does look like there's the same Roaring Moon spawning over and over again. No, there's two now. I'll be honest, this is like quite inefficient for trying to get it, but I mean, heck, I thought Roaring Moon was just restricted to that one cave. Now we've got like a little portion of them spawning over here. Yeah, but I think I might actually just go out and see if Brute Bonnet spawns out in the grass. Because there's just so many Xylas. Just gonna quickly check through here. See if we find anything. Okay. I'm gonna check on the outside of the cave to see what spawns out there. See, Roaring Moon now. Okay, so I guess they moved Roaring Moon spawns into the regular cave. And that Brute Bonnet's still spawning in the wall. That's interesting. So when I first was hunting through this game, Roaring Moon was only in like the cave outside of here. I never saw it spawn in this cave. But I guess they made an update with the sandwich or something? Okay, we're gonna hunt out here for Brute Bonnet, because there's a lot more spawning out here. Yeah, I think there's just too many Xylas inside the cave to warrant using the Dark Sandwich in there. At least out here, there's like Only brute bonnet. But that would have been so good if we found a shiny roaring moon in there. But I am going to restrict myself to going to the cave that I know once we actually get to that. Not there. That's new. I've never noticed that before. Then again, I would say I never have really... Wow, they spawn all the way out here. I've never really been outside of the main cave for Area 0. I feel like everything that I want to hunt for in Area 0 is like just inside. Come on, show me the blue mushroom cap. Yeah, the Roaring Moon Cave is going to be like over here somewhere. Eventually we'll have to find it, but we want to catch at least one brute run it before we go and do that. They've all got red caps. Oh, you can find some nice stuff on. I don't know. So far, based on all the other Paradox Pokemon we've hunted for, I feel like it may not take a very long time to find it. I was like, the first, like, 2 Pokemon that we started with, it was almost instant finding a shiny. But it was also both of them just inside the cave. I definitely think this one may take a bit of time. Because honestly, we've gotten so lucky so far, like all night. I think probably the unluckiest one was Screamtail. Just because if Screamtail forced us to make a whole nother sandwich just so it can spawn as a shiny. Got a red cap. Crap. I'm hoping this doesn't take too long. It would be really good if we could finish this tonight. Not that I necessarily need to, because I'm currently backlogged on editing videos anyway. So even if we don't finish tonight, we can finish on Saturday, and then I can work on getting those videos edited. I wonder if these guys also spawned in Roaring Moon Cave. I'd almost like to think that they would. But there's also just so many other dark Pokemon that spawn in there. Because I know Sableye also spawned in there. We got Danos that spawn in there. Greavard and Houndstone also spawn in there. The more that I think about Roaring Moon, the more that I remember of what a lot of other things spawn in there. There's a decent amount of them spawning at the... I'm hoping that because I picked up all these items, I won't have to pick them up again, and a shiny brute bonnet will just show up. So that way I can save instead of having to do a full-on reset. Maybe it's gonna be like Screamtail and not want to show up until I make it a brand new sandwich. I was sharing too much of the sandwich with Rory Moon and Zwilus. I doesn't want it anymore. Shiny stone. Come on. How hard is it to be blue? Very, very. Come on, just one of you needs to shine. One of you. Man, even if we find a shiny, we're probably gonna have to make another sandwich, whether it be a dark one or a dragon one. Probably gonna need to compare the ingredients to see which one would be easier. Or at least which one would spawn less stuff. Fine, show me some blue, show me some blue, show me some blue. All I'm seeing is red and green. We are past Christmas. It's time to move. Time to move into our blue era. It's probably gonna take us another sandwich. Ooh. Probably also change. Oh! Nice! Oh, it's a little small guy! Look at him! He's so small! At first I thought I got jebaited by the rock. Okay. You don't have a knocking out move. Good job. Repeat ball. Nice. I'm gonna need to check the size of this one because this one actually looks super small. Let's go. At first, I was so sad because like I saw this rock over here and I thought it was a shiny. And then I looked just slightly to the right and there was actually a shiny. Okay, let's go to the Roaring Moon Cave and see what we can find. It's right in here. So this is where I first caught Roaring Moon. And yeah, there's Sneasel, Espeon. Interesting. Sableye, Sneasel. I think Dano and Zwilus should be spawning in here as well. There's Houndstooth. There's so many other Pokemon spawning in here. There we go. We got Roaring Moon in this area. What? Our sandwich broken? What's Palmy doing down here? So, we may want to go with a dragon sandwich. After all. Yeah. Because there's all these other dark Pokemon taking up the spawn area. Well, we'll see what we can do with this dark sandwich, even though it like doesn't seem like it's working. Why is Golduck spawning? Yeah, the hardest part about this cave is trying to get Roaring Moon to spawn. We can change image. I'll just make it. I'll make it a little. Sure, why not? Why not? Why not? Oh gosh, I actually. Although I wouldn't mind any of these other shiny as well, except maybe Chansey. Chansey, well, actually, I don't know if I have a shiny Chansey. Spawn. So let's see if we can. Oh, we got 12.5 minutes left on the sandwich. Let's see if we can use it effectively. Effectively find Roaring Moon shiny. We just gotta keep despawning everything. Honestly, in this room, I feel like it's just all about moving around in the area. Just despawning anything else you don't really need. And no chance it was a dark type. Starting to think I made the wrong sandwich or something. There's so many other mons that are spawning that I definitely did not expect them to be here. Yeah, there's so many Andstones, so many gravestones in here. So we can actually size check both the Sandy Shocks. Was it the Sandy Shocks? I think it's the Sandy Shocks and the Brute Bonnet. Yeah, we'll size check the Sandy Shocks anyway. Because at least I think the Brute Bonnet could be a small boy. It's interesting because I don't think we have like teensy power, like giant power. We have tidal power, so maybe that affects it, but I don't know how much tidal power affects the size of a mon. It's got Espeon. There's so many other mons on here. Yeah, I think after the sandwich is done, we're definitely going to want to make a dragon sandwich. But I think in order to get some good despawns, respawns on Roaring Moon, it seems they only really spawn towards like the center-ish area. So we should really realistically just make big laps around this outer area. What's going on, Katie Cat? How are you? We are on our last Paradox Pokemon. We've caught, so far, we've caught one of each of them with an extra Sandy Shocks. Right now I'm just using the rest of this dark sandwich to see if we can find a shiny moon. But getting them to spawn in this cave is quite difficult. We seem to only get like two-ish to spawn. Thanks, much appreciated. I think I should have the person that did my model in the panels. Her name is Kanira. It was a very cool and easy process. So if you did ever want to get a model, I would recommend her. I don't know how much model she's doing, but it's just 2D. I don't have any real plans of like doing a 3D model. Okay. I don't have any like big plans of doing a 3D model, but I do really love this 2D model. It was also very cool because it was like the first time I actually like reached out to somebody to actually make a model for me. And just going through the whole process of like what I needed to provide. It was just super cool. You don't like? No, it's not that I don't like 3D. I just don't have any need for it, I would say. Like, I think if there's no difference between what I do if I was being 2D or 3D. But I also feel like if I ever wanted to do 3D, I would need like more tracking and stuff like that. It would essentially cost a lot more, I feel, to do 3D rather than 2D. Yeah. If there ever was like some body tracking stuff that I would want to do like far later down the line, then I'd probably like boot it to a 3D model. But as far as as far as things are now, it's like I definitely don't need a 3D model. I'm perfectly fine with this lovely 2D model that I have. Plus, I feel like it's like a little bit easier to maintain just having this 2D model. I feel like with a 3D model, you really have to like move your whole body into it. Especially since like I'm just sitting down playing games. It's not like a lot of activity that happens. No. I wouldn't mind doing stuff in 3D. It's just that there's not a big theme for it. Plus, a lot of like the VR stuff that I tried doing, I got really motion sick. So that also became an issue. I tried playing Phasmophobia with the VR headset, and I got through like 2-ish hunts. Ooh, shiny Sneasel! That's not what we were looking for, but I'll take it. How much did this cost to me? Dang it, I ran into the wrong one. Please don't run away. Please don't despawn, actually. Just stay over there. Yep, there we go. So this one was fairly cheap if I remember. I know the rigging was about 100-ish. And then I want to say the model was like maybe less than 500. I think. I don't know. It's been like a long time since I've actually like had this model made. I just remember that it was a lot cheaper than what a lot of other people's models cost. I know a lot of other people's models, they like put like tens of thousands of dollars into their model. It could have been 500, but I think it was less than that. I want to believe it was less than that. Yeah, I've had this model for a long while. Nice. Not what we were looking for, but a shiny nonetheless. Someone else and they're from like, yeah. So the person, so Kanira, the one that did my model, she only, as far as I know, she only does creating the model, whereas I had to find somebody that to rig it for me, because I didn't have any of the stuff for it. It's a concept behind this model. I never really thought up of a like a decent lore idea, but I guess it's more of just I used to play a lot of competitive games and I would oftentimes get tilted. So at one point I played Thresh when I played League of Legends a lot. And so playing that, it has an ability that drags your teammates to you by throwing your lantern out. And so the whole idea behind this concept model is that I will throw out my lantern to any of the viewers and then sort of just drag you in and just like leave you in this sort of like lanternish community type thing. It feels almost like a snatch and steal. So that you guys can be like my little souls in floating in my lantern for the rest of your time. I don't know. I never really thought too hard behind it. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah. It all started back when I played League of Legends. And I used to be a support main. Am I on Discord? No. I have a Discord, but I never use it. I never really see a purpose for it. So I'm just like very... I don't know. I don't really see a purpose. I just did like, like when people first start streaming and then you watch, oh, these are like the top 10 things you need if you want to start streaming. And everybody and their mothers just like, make a Discord server. I'm like, okay, fine, sure, ish, whatever. So I made one and I was like, just never play it, just never went in it. You don't like League? I mean, I've gone to be very passive about it now. Like, I understand when people don't like playing it, because there's a lot of people on there where it's like they're just psychopathically I don't want to say not stable, but they definitely get upset over the smallest thing, and then if they get upset they'll throw the game super easy. But I don't know. I played League for like almost over 10 years. And I just sort of like got over all my teammates and stuff. Especially being a support main. Like support main, it was a rough time. You have animation based on the model. I have a couple of toggles. I don't remember them though, because I never used them. And the issue I had one time with the guy that rigged this is that he separated all the toggles into individual ones, but there was supposed to be, some of them were just supposed to be like grouped faces. So realistically, I could just toggle all of the different overlays I have on my face and do stuff like that. Trying to try and all. No, I used to, but I also didn't see a purpose in that. Because realistically, like, I'm doing this very casually. Oh, you're not talking about toggle, yeah. So, because I'm doing things like, what is that? That's an Umbreon. Because I'm doing things like super casually, I don't see a purpose in a starting soon or an outro thing. Because realistically, I'm such a small streamer that I ran out of time in the sandwich. But I'm such a small streamer that nobody is going to show up and sit around if I had a soon screen type thing. I did make a little intro for myself when I used to make videos. Oh, I still do make videos, but I got rid of it because I don't know, it was just time that's like not part of the video. And as far as outros, I mean, I don't think there's really a need for outro. Because like I said, it's like I'm small streamer. I don't need to think about those types of things just because I feel like it's just all above my pay grade. Avocado. Yeah, avocado. Sweet, sour, sweet, sweet, sour, sour. This. 1, 2, 3. Is not purpose of the model 2. I mean, the only purpose that I have for the model is just because I personally like having it. Because, I mean, yeah, realistically, there isn't a purpose for me having a model, but it's just something that I wanted to have personally. So it's not something that I did, like, specifically for streaming type of thing. Ever since I, like, saw VTubing stuff, I wanted to have, like, a relatively nice-looking model. Because I think the model doesn't take away from, like, the timing throughout the stream type thing. You know? Because it's not like a starting soon screen where if you have a starting soon screen, then people tend to, I would assume people tend to click off once they see starting soon. Like, majority of the time, especially if, like, nobody's interacting in the chat, then they wouldn't want to sit there and wait for nothing to happen. Or they wouldn't want to sit there and wait for, like, X amount of minutes for it to happen. Like, an outro probably wouldn't hurt, but I don't think there's too big of a help in having an outro either. At least with a model, I can portray some of my emotion and how I am as a person. Realistically, I could do that with the starting soon and an outro, but it's like, eh. I feel like it just takes away from what people want to see the stuff. I feel, because at least with me, right? I want to see the meat and potatoes of what the streamer is doing. Made a dragon sandwich, right? Yeah, I did. And if they're starting soon, then, and I see that they're starting soon, then I don't think I would sit there and wait for them to start. I would just sort of click off, and then whenever I have the chance, I'll click back on whenever they actually start type thing. I don't know. That's just like my mental on it. Like, initially, yeah, I had one, but I didn't see too big of a purpose in keeping it. Oh, there's more roaring mean spawning. Wonderful. But we also have a lot of Zweilers. Yeah, the only other thing that I have is that so the unfortunate thing about being such a small streamer, right, is that there's so many people that like to come in and, like, I don't know, commission for stuff, poach for stuff, and it's so annoying. I once had a guy make like 4 or 5 different accounts, and just like almost every stream, or not every stream, but almost like for a couple months he would like come in and do something, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I mean, for me, it's like, if it makes sense, then sure, but I can't see any realistic need for it. Plus, I'm also a very create it myself type of person. I'm not good at art, but I do have somebody that I know that is very good at art. So she'll, like, often do majority of the stuff for me. But when it comes to like animations and stuff, I love creating those. I used to create a couple of like smaller animations that I have on screen. Or not on screen anymore, but I took them off. Yeah, it does. It honestly gets so annoying. Because they'll be like, oh, I can do like this thing for you. And it'll like get you more people onto your stream. I'm like, I don't believe that would actually have any sort of impact on who or how many people watch stream and such. Because nobody's gonna come to a stream and be like, wow, you have upgraded panels. I'm going to sit here and watch you. Right? Because I don't want people to stay just because I have nice panels. I want people to stay because, you know, I can be casually talking with chat as we're, you know, I've started shiny hunting for a while now. And now it's like all a very passive and chill thing. I've moved from being a super stressed competitive gamer to relatively stressed shiny hunter. Plus, I think the only real reason why I swapped over to Pokemon is because I also started playing the Pokemon TCG because I love playing card games. But I don't like playing online. It's just not a fun experience. So I think that's why I've leaned more towards the video game. But I'm very bad at... Oh, Shiny's Wireless! Is that... No, that's just one. Yar. It's too based on my model. I have a couple of them already. That's why I have an artist that I've known since before I started streaming. I had her create emotes for me. But even then it's like, ooh, I don't want to talk. Even then it's like I don't really have much need for emotes because it's like, you know, if nobody's in chat, nobody's gonna use the emotes, all this other kind of stuff. It definitely feels like a very big future. Oh, you paralyzed me. You. Oh, nice. Like, a lot of the stuff is just, like, big future things. Does that recoil you? Oh, it doesn't. Cool. Which, majority of the time, it's, like, something that I don't need to worry about now. But maybe sometime in the not-so-near future, I guess. Extra shinies. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oops. Yeah, especially since now it's like, especially since I've been playing the Pokemon trading card game, I've like been almost micromanaging my money and stuff. So it makes it a lot harder for me to want to spend it on other stuff. I mean, that's cool. I think it's great when people are able to like do art and stuff. I'm just not financially at a point where I can just, you know, spend money for multiple different projects and such. Because I've already like, because I've been streaming for like 2-ish years or something like that, and I've already like had a lot of other opportunities where it's like, oh, I want this, so I had it done, and then I never used it again. Oh, I wanted this, I had it done, but I never used it again. And so I think if it's not something that can create like a big enough impact on the stream, then I don't see a big purpose for it. Alright, no problem. really wanting to find... Wow, we're getting more roaring moons. That's good. But none of them shiny. Yeah, eventually I should probably create a list of shiny. I should create almost like an Excel sheet of all the Pokemon and what we currently have as a shiny, just so I can know what are duplicates and what aren't. At least for like Scarlet and Violet, because I mean, I'm sure there are other Pokemon in this game where I have duplicate shinies already. And I also don't want to accidentally Evo something that I may already have a shiny for. Da, 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 dun, dun, da, dun, dun. I definitely need to focus more on the roaring moon. It does seem like a lot of them spawn. No, never mind. That one spawned outside. I say it seems like a lot of them spawn like inside, like the center-ish of the room. I don't know what shiny hounds. I think shiny hounds sounds like a yellow. I don't know what the top of it would look if it was shiny, which could pose as a separate issue in itself. But we need to find the greenish looking. Okay, not this greenish looking dragon. We need to find the greenish roaring moon dragon. Green with the red accents. Almost like Christmas all over. I couldn't. I saw a glimpse of it, but I think I saw blue. I'm trying to see on the replay thing that I have. No, I can't tell. It's awful when they spawn like at the very edge of it, because then I can't tell. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's all these dogs in here. All these dogs. Like, it makes it harder because I'm not looking down to see the candles in the ground. Uh-oh. I'm trying to look out to see if we can find any green and red. Not the blue and red we're looking, we're seeing. Dun, 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 da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Oh! Little Weasel. I didn't know they spawned down here either. There's so many other mons that are spawning down here that aren't dragon type either. Oh no. 18-ish minutes. Got some time. Please, roaring moon. Shine for me earlier than you did when I first started hunting for you. Back then I didn't even have the shiny charm. Now I have the shiny charm, so it should be easier, right? Should be easier. The only other issue I have is that a lot of the other shinies that I caught earlier before I started doing this recording stuff, I don't know what I recordingly already have. Oh, you're blue. Yeah, blue. All of you are a blue. Damn, we were on such a hot streak with the other Paradox Pokemon. Oh, that's right. We also saved because we caught the shiny Zweilous with the dragon sandwich. So there's no getting those herbs back. Yep, those guys are blue. More blue, more blue, more blue. Cool. I'd be kind of fine if we found just another shiny with this sandwich. I think that was blue. That one is blue. Da, 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 da. Da, da. Too many candle dogs. I don't know what to do about them all in this area. I kind of wish I could whip the camera around a little bit faster. I will say, it does take a while for the camera to make an entire 360. Oh, come on. I've seen so many of you Roaring Moons now. So many a Roaring Moon. So many a Blue Moon. Why not show me the green? It always worries me that the ones that like spawn on the edge are like actually shiny and I just don't see it. Oh. I can almost feel my neck feeling a little bit strained. Blue. That one was definitely blue. Yeah, the main concern we have right now with at least all the spawns is all the different Bites, Garchomps, Houndstones, Greavers. They're just taking up all the real estate. Blue, 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 blue. There's a shiny Mega Salamence. I'm looking for shiny old man Salamence. Okay. But thanks, King Enderflame. So far we found a shiny Zweilous, so I mean that's at least something with this sandwich. It may not be the correct thing, but we've got another almost 13 minutes to find the correct one. if not that one, then at least one other shiny would be kind of okay. He does Gibbles. I know it's supposed to be like a very apparent blue. But sometimes it's just like two of them just look different from each other. That makes me think that one's a shiny, but I know it's not. Deep in my Kingdom Heart of Hearts. Brother. All these graveyards and houndstones. Just need a despawn, That rate, you might need Sand Dragonline. Honestly, yeah, we only need one more. Wait, Porygon's also down here. We could evolution hunted in this cave. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if we found one more Zweilous, because if we find one more Zweilous, then yeah, we would have the entire Hydreigon line finished from the last time we found a Dano. I don't remember what we were hunting when we found the Dano. I just remember that we found a random shiny Dano at one point. I don't remember what that random point was, though. But obviously, we are looking for the Roaring Moon. So, top priority is finding the shiny Roaring Moon. Secondary priority, finishing Hydreigon. But at least we know that the Dragon Sandwich seems to be working a lot better than the Dark Sandwich. Yeah, I think the biggest pain mon that's spawning in here are the Graveyards and the Houndstones, just because they're all underground. And they're always just in a big group, so they're taking up some of the spawn spots. Taking up some of the spawn real estate spots, so we can't use him for more Roaring Moons. He was Umbreon. I saw Vaporeon. I know Umbreon does spawn down here though. I know Umbreon spawns in here. You can find an Espeon, but it was like the first time I ever saw a Vaporeon in here. I don't think I'm crazy. But it kind of makes sense because it was like near the water anyways. It's just kind of odd how some of these things like show up even though we've got a Dragon Sandwich going on. Like, I didn't know... Okay. I didn't know Houndstone and Griever were, like, the scariest dragon types, you know? I might need to make another sandwich. Oh, we may have to resort to another sandwich. I was hoping I could add some stuff today, but it looks like we're gonna have to do it tomorrow. Gonna have to not play Pokemon tomorrow, and then we're gonna finish editing. Well, we got 8 minutes. We'll be hopeful in these last final 8 minutes that we will find at least one shiny Roaring Moon. I know I said at least, but I might It might just be only. We'll find only one shiny roaring moon in these last 8 minutes. And by find, I mean catch, because I would hate to find it and then fail it, because that would be, oy. That would actually make me, like, go to bed. If I found and I failed the shiny roaring moon. It'd be like, alright, as punishment for failing the roaring moon, you have to stay up and edit the rest of the video for however many hours. Yeah, honestly, I didn't think about how much footage there was when we caught, like, all the shiny starters. But there's just, like, so much footage. That also looked like a really small Chansey that was running away. Despawn, all the... Yeah, see, there's a Vaporeon in the water. There's 2 Vaporeon in the water now. They're multiplying. They thought they could go unnoticed, but I've spot... Okay. The amount of Zweilous I've run into, it's kind of a lot. It's always cause I'm not looking in the right direction. Oh, that's blue. Ish a blue. If we want to see the back of its wings, we gotta see like yellow tips. One, two, three, da, 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 da. Da, da, da. This is not going so well. My gosh, there's so much stuff spawning in the water now. Something's like in my throat. Running on, running on, running on. Blue, 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 blue. I'm not even near that one. I don't know. I might just hunt Roaring Moon till Saturday because my chest is not feeling good right now. Hopefully we can catch him within these 4 minutes because I think I'm gonna end after, even if we don't finish him. It'll be unfortunate, but we almost caught all the Paradox Pokemon in one night. The only thing stopping us, Roaring Moon. The mod that I overly grinded for when I first played the game without the shiny charm. There's Espeon too. Oh wow, there's so many Zweilous. Where'd the Roaring Moon go? The Roaring Moons just said, no. They just stopped spawning. What? Where'd they go? Roaring Moon. Doko desu ka? Oh, there you are. I was gonna say, like, they just, like, actively stopped spawning. And now they're flying into the air. Why are you flying into the air? He's now being a beacon up in the air. I wonder, Roaring Moon in the air, can you scan for shinies? Oh. I don't like that some of them have started to fly now. Oh. Yeah, the only thing we're gonna get from this dragon sandwich is probably the shinies wireless. Yeah, we also just got quite a bit of them to spawn as well. I can't. Tommy's falling from the skies as well. Tommy, the dragon type nobody expected. That's a small chance, eh? Oh, I keep running into these wireless, man. Got 40 seconds to spawn as many moon as we can. That's a Golduck. Roaring Moon, not shiny. Houndstone, no. Roaring Moon, not shiny. Keep pressing. Dude, these candle dogs. I swear they're like spawning underneath me. Not a shiny, not a shiny. Oh, we just ran out of sandwich. No, dude. Well, I'm pretty sure we caught the shinies wireless during this dragon sandwich, so... Right, this shinies wireless. Are any of them? I don't think so. No. So we got 6 out of the 7 Paradox Ancient Pokemon. And I need to create space. So, next time on Saturday, we'll go for Roaring Moon again. And hopefully we'll find one so that we can sort of top this all off. But yeah, I'm gonna be ending stream now. Thank you guys for showing up. We'll probably do, well, we'll do more Paradox on Saturday, and then I'll figure out what to do after that as well. But, appreciate you guys showing up. Have a great